All right, you're welcome to day 2 of Contextualizing the 100 Laws of Business Life Success by Bryan Tracy. And I am super excited about today's session because I know the impact that these particular laws we are going to talk about, the impact that it has on me personally, and how I have improved on the laws on the personalized way to produce better results. And that is why you keep seeing the word contextualizing, because these laws, he wrote them based on his environment as an American. But we need to contextualize it and break it down to fit our local realities. The first time I read this book while I was in Kumbu, in what we call Banso, right? The semi-urban area. But I was able to practice some of these laws in that setting. So there's a way that you can contextualize this knowledge to fit your environment so you can pick it up from there and you start practicing them where you find yourself, and you are going to see tremendous progress. And I believe that it is very powerful when we operate from this level. And yesterday on day 1, we saw the law of cause and effect, and I've had incredible feedback from people one-on-one, even in the WhatsApp group, of how that has changed, how they're looking at their lives, their careers, and their business. And I'm so much excited to see the practical results of that knowledge in your careers and business. And we continue today with the other laws. And the 4 laws from today that we're going to handle from today henceforth have been recognized as the fundamental laws of success. And they have been ascertained as those laws that are the backbone when it comes to happiness and success. Bryan Tracy clearly states in that book that all happiness and success comes from living in harmony with the 4 laws that we are going to talk about. All happiness and success comes from living in harmony with these laws. And all unhappiness and failures come from violating them in some way. So you need to be very careful now, because these laws that we're teaching, they're not just guesswork. They are things written from the place of research, from the place of experience, and I am reteaching them to us. We're having this coaching session because I believe and I know and I have experienced the incredible power of these laws. And I still use these laws today. As I said, I have developed them further into coaching techniques and principles, and I use them with my clients. I use them with those I coach them in business and career dominance. And trust me, for the several years I've been coaching these people, 8 to 10 years, incredible results have been produced. And some mentees who are listening to this, you must have seen why there are some activities I give you to do. You will not see how some of these laws are backing some of the things I get to teach you guys in the mentees group, or I get to give you guys as mentorship assignments. You get to see that, and you get to see the power of these laws. And you can now start reflecting, oh, this is why this happened. This is why I am here than where I used to be 4 months ago or 6 months ago when I joined the mentorship program. Okay, so let's go into the law of belief. That's the second law out of the 100 laws of business and life success. The law of belief, which is almost a continuation of the law that we handled yesterday on day 1. The law of belief. Whatever you truly believe with feeling becomes reality. I love this. Whatever you truly believe with feeling becomes your reality. Yes, there is belief without feelings. That's why there's a difference between like and love, right? You can like somebody meanwhile there are no feelings attached to that, no emotional feelings. Whatever you truly believe with feelings becomes your reality. There's a way, have you ever seen somebody who so much believe in what they're doing? They believe in their business, they believe in their career, that you can almost feel it. You can even feel their belief, right? And the feelings can be proven by the level of action that they take towards what they believe. right? Like I always say, like for example, my personal experience example, in 10 years ago, 2010 and 2009, 2011, it was not very practical that a young person in Cameroon could build a successful career from speaking and consulting. It was not popular, it was not normal. If you could see anybody trying to do something like that on this side of the continent, you would discover that they were mostly old people or people that are in top positions who have full-time job or run full-time companies and who are speakers per se, right? But I believed so much, I had so much belief that there was a possibility to make this a reality. So there is a way that you believe something and there are feelings attached to it. And feelings influence the kind of actions that you take. You so much believe in it that sometimes you feel like shedding tears when something happens or does not happen. And one thing about believing in your career and your business and believing in your future is that you start acting in a manner consistent with the belief. Yeah. You start acting in a manner consistent with your. That's why not having the right belief is dangerous to your future. It's dangerous for your business if you're an entrepreneur. It's dangerous to your career. That's why I always advise people. Maybe you now see why I always say this. Now I advise people, be careful when you are trying to build a business and a part of you is secretly looking for a job. Nobody may know it, you're pretending that you're a fool. I know people pretend like you are pretending that you're a full entrepreneur on the outside, but secretly you are looking for a job. It is affecting your entrepreneurial success. It is more spiritual now, whether you're conscious about it or not. Because your feelings, your belief toward making that business a success is not complete. It's halfway. So you're using your own personality, your own self to confuse what the universe would give you fully. The universe is like, should I give this one a job or should I give this one a good business? Should I give this one customers? You're confusing the universe. That's why look at people who are running businesses and running a career. Very few of them or even none get to reach that peak level of running a business. Now look at guys who are top people in the society when it comes to business. They are full-time businessmen and women. And they have absolute belief, not partial belief, not half belief. So if you are for business, if you're for business and you have proven your model, you need to come to a place where you have made absolute decision that this is what you want to dedicate your life to do. And I want to share a personal story. I think the day I made up my mind that I'm a full-time entrepreneur and speaker and trainer, I think it was in 2001. Before 2016, I used to do this thing and look for a job. But the day that I came to the realization that I am doing myself this service, I made up my mind from there and then that it is this thing or nothing. And I made up my mind that if I'm going to be poor, I'm going to be poor trying to sort this thing out and make it work. That is the power of having absolute belief with feelings. It will only become your reality, whether your career, business, or even relationship. When your feelings, when your beliefs are accompanied by the right feelings, feelings of growth, feelings of rising, feelings of success, feelings of bulldozing any challenge that rises in your path, feelings of making sure that you're going to put your absolute best in that business and in that career. You reject information that contradicts what you already decided to believe in. That's the power of belief. Because you start rejecting information that contradicts your belief. So if you have chosen to believe in that business, when things are not going, when customers are not coming, that is information for you. And you can choose to decide, will you accept this information that this business will not work, or you will choose to reject that information and keep on believing in yourself and that business. The environment will always give you information. Never forget that. But whatever information you accept or reject will be determined by your belief system. You get a point? So for an entrepreneur who has absolute belief in what they're building, the day that they don't have the clients, they will not start saying that, oh, maybe this is a sign that I'm not made for business. Oh, maybe I'm not meant for it. Let me just go and look for a job. That is an entrepreneur that doesn't have absolute belief. It's not respecting the law of belief regarding their business. But an entrepreneur who has absolute belief and is practicing the law of belief regarding their business, the day or the month that business is not good, they have not made sales, they don't accept that information because it contradicts the belief that they have of their business. They say, oh, there are no sales today. Okay, there are going to be better sales tomorrow. I'm going to re-engineer a better sales strategy and produce better sales tomorrow. My belief about my business is not going to change for today because today I did not experience sales. Oh, no, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to give up on it. So from today, I want to charge you, I want to charge all of us right now. You've got to make a clear decision regarding what you believe, regarding your career and your business. Because the ecosystem of the universe, God's own ecosystem, will greatly release the breakthroughs and the success you are looking for, depending on the level of your belief system regarding what you're chasing. Don't just chase things superficially. Let there be some deepness of belief in what you want to do. It's very critical in your success journey. That's why the worst beliefs that you can have are what they call self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs exist whenever you believe yourself to be limited in some way. That's a self-limiting belief. You believe that you are not intelligent. I used to have a self-limiting belief until high school. Since I used to be the last in class, consecutively from class 1 to class 7 in primary school, I used to believe that I was not intelligent. And since in the whole of secondary school, I was always promoted on trial. I've never really passed an examination. I was promoted that I tried. I've never had more than 10 average. I used to believe that that was not for me. Education was not for me. That was a self-limiting belief. So there are many of us that we have self-limiting beliefs, like even our family background. Oh, I used to believe that I could not be a millionaire. I could not be successful. I used to have that belief. You know, growing up, seeing the state of your family, you automatically conclude that there are certain things that you cannot manifest, you cannot ascertain, you cannot reach based on what your immediate environment has been feeding you. That is a self-limiting belief. Or some people, maybe like some ladies or some men, they believe that they cannot date a certain kind of person because they are not cut out for that kind of class. Automatically, that limiting beliefs start affecting how you behave. You now see, go back to the other point. The first one and the second point we mentioned. You always act in a manner consistent with your belief. So when you have a belief that, oh, you know what, I am only cut out for this class of people, that's a self-limiting belief. And automatically, you start acting in a mediocre manner that doesn't permit you to talk in that same level with the people that you look up to as demigods, per se. Be careful of limiting beliefs. And I want to charge you today. Identify the limiting beliefs in your life and begin to kick them out with actions. You kick limiting beliefs by doing the things that you have limited yourself that you cannot do. That's why, like 2 years ago, I did something, and I'm planning to do that with my mentees this year. If you mentees, listen to this. If you are here and you have never entered a plane, this year before October, you have to pay Cameco to and fro. When next time I'm going to Yaoundé, if you live in Yaoundé, I come to Douala, you're going to pay Cameco. If you're living in Douala, you're going to Yaoundé, you're going to Garo, you're going to pay Cameco. Do you know what happened? Now, there is a power because many of us have grown in a society where we believe that entering a plane has been designed for a particular set of people. And that belief is a limiting belief, and it can affect you. It can affect you getting international open doors because you don't believe that you qualify for them. And the day you get to enter a plane, whether I'm not going to a country, you get to now conquer that limiting belief and you bring yourself to that level that, oh, I can also do this. I can manifest this. And when your mind, when your spirit is operating from that level, you are now qualified to even attract and welcome the open doors that are international. You conquer limiting beliefs by taking actions that contradicts your limiting beliefs. If you don't believe that you can ever have a car because nobody in your family has ever bought a car, start by enrolling in a driving school to learn how to drive. If you believe that you can never travel, start by getting an international passport. Whatever that is a limiting belief, break it down with an action. You don't conquer limiting beliefs with thoughts. No, you identify the limiting beliefs and then you identify specific actions to take that can contradict, that can reformat your system, reprogram your system, and prove to you that, oh, this can be done. I can be able to do this. Okay, do it. So if you have limiting beliefs of some of the places you can enter, there's one time that one of my mentees really impressed me. He saw one of the programs we're going to attend, and in person I said, he really wants to accompany me and just to go see how that hotel is. Oh, you know, there are some hotels that people like Hilton Hotel, like these 4 or 5-star hotels that some people have never entered in it. So based on how the hotel has been branded and the way, the kind of people that go there, you get to feel that that is a place that you don't qualify to be part of. And he identified as a limiting belief. I just want to go there. I get to just see the hotel on television where they hold international summits, where ministers come and they have summits and all of that. I want to go there. I gladly accepted. I was so impressed with that. I understood what he was doing. He was trying to beat and conquer a limiting belief. So you've got to identify them and start fighting them. For example, you may think yourself to be less talented or capable than others. You may think that others are superior in some way. You may have fallen into the common trap of selling yourself short and settling far less than you are truly capable of. Those are limiting beliefs. When you start believing that others are better than you, stop comparing. Make sure that you're investing in yourself to grow in your path and become the best version that you have to be. Limiting beliefs act like brakes on your potential. That's one thing about, see, one of the biggest things holding many Africans back from their potentials are limiting beliefs. They are like brakes. They're like roadblocks when it comes to you manifesting your potential, because you can never manifest beyond what you believe, because you only act in the manner of your belief system. Never forget that. Every action you have ever taken since the day you became mature and you think straight, every action till today you have ever taken reflects your limiting belief. They reflect your limiting beliefs. There are some things that you've got to break out. You've got to break out and beat them hands down. That's a challenge for my mentor. You need to leave the country. Even if you are going to, you go to Nigeria, go to Kenya, go to Mauritius, go to Rwanda, go to Dubai, go somewhere. I will tell you guys, tell me the country you want to go to. Let's see how to get an invitation. I can say there's no nation that globally, and I cannot try and say, okay, no what, let's get somebody that can invite you to go. Just go, save some money and go. Sometimes there are some things you don't do because you are comfortable, you have a lot of money. No, you are doing it so you can break some new grounds. You're doing it so you can conquer some things in the mind and in the spirit that can qualify you to handle some things in reality. Don't only do things based on because you want to benefit, because you are seeing immediate benefits. There are some immediate benefits that are not physical now, but they will manifest 2-3 years and you start seeing, oh, this is the action that changed the rest of my life. You need, if there's, I want to charge you, please, don't finish this week. Here's the assignment I have for you. After today's session, sit down, take a pen and a paper, write down all the limiting beliefs on the left. Draw a table, draw like a T table, right? On the left, write down all the limiting beliefs. On the right, write down the actions you are going to take in order to conquer these beliefs. For mentees, if there are actions you think I can help you, reach out to me, inbox, and let's talk about it, la. You get the point? You've got to beat these limiting beliefs. It's very critical for your next level. You will never rise above what you believe. Never, never, ever. You're never going to rise above that. And there are some limiting beliefs that is going to cost you. Me, I've done it. I've done something that have cost me some money. Just because, and not because of where I want to handle immediately, but because I know that there's a belief system in my body that I need to conquer. I need to break it. I need to destroy it. And the day that I destroyed some of these things, a lot of it changed. Let me give you one thing I did a few years back. A few years back, when people used to invite me, they used to sometimes put me in these small hotels and all of that. Right? And because when I read and follow that speakers, when they invite them, they put them in good hotels and all of that. Of course, maybe they used to pay me at that level because that's the level they used to see me in as a rising speaker and all of that. And then there was a time that somebody invited me to speak in Yaoundé. And they wanted to put me on the hotel. I refused. I was not sleeping in this hotel. I said, give me the money for the hotel. I'll add it, and this is where I want to sleep. I told the person, this is where I want to sleep. And I went and lodged in one of the most I think Jaga Palace, I think it's a 4-star hotel. Yeah, Jaga Palace. Right. I went there and I got a room for, they gave me that room for what? Is it 90,000 francs per night or something like that? And I got 2 nights there. That was my first time to really spend a night in the luxury room per se, kind of something like that. And from that day, a lot of things changed. Like, it happened like a miracle per se. Like the next week, somebody invited me in Douala to come speak in an event and lodge me in Aqua Palace. I was like, oh, really? Like, seriously, it happens like that. Right? So there are some things that, and of course, the event that I did that, I didn't make any profit. I lost the money. I told that guy, how much did he give me again? I don't think he paid me up to 100,000 francs. But only hotel bills and all of that was 180,000 francs for 2 nights. But I did not benefit immediately financially, but something was broken inside of me that is not worth it, that is not worth keeping, that is not relevant to stay. Something was broken, something was destroyed forever that will never come back. There are some things in our lives that you don't pray for and they go away. You don't wish for and they go away. You need to break them with certain actions. And I was talking about limiting beliefs. Identify them. Don't write the things that you think you are wishing to change. No, write actions. Concretely describe, okay, this is my limiting belief. Okay, this is the action I'm going to take. To be more funny now, like for guys, if you have been limited as the kind of girl you can ask out, write that thing down. List out the names of girls that are above your league and go take them out for lunch or dinner and see what will happen. The worst thing they can do is they can say no, but trust me, you have broken something, right? Okay, good. So For you to progress and to move forward and onward in your life and your business, you must continually challenge your self-limiting belief. Hear that again. Listen to that carefully. For you to progress, for you to move onward in your life and business, for you to be upward consistently year after year, decade after decade, you must consistently challenge your limiting beliefs. I shared with you guys in one of our sessions that the event I did in Dubai, that event did not bring me any profit. That event was to break out something. I have spoken international events in several countries, but I have never organized my own event out of Africa. That event was to break out something. And that event was to establish me as an authority in certain things, which it worked. I lost money in that event. No, I didn't lose. It was an investment. Let me not say I lost money. It was one of the best investments I've ever done. Yes, I spent money, millions to do that. But trust me, it broke something. It established something that I would have never, ever had in the next 10 years if I did not make that one single move. It broke out a limiting belief. And it established something that no prayers could have given me without that particular action. For you to move onward, for you to progress, you've got to identify limiting beliefs every season. In every season of your life, there's a limiting belief. Even Dangote has limiting belief. He identifies them and he set out to break them by taking actions. Limiting beliefs generate two greatest enemies of personal success. Limiting beliefs, your self-limiting beliefs, generate two greatest enemies of personal success, which include doubt and fear. See, doubt sabotage success like nothing else. Fear can chop your potentials in a night. Nothing feeds doubt and fear like self-limiting belief. You are afraid of something and you quickly remind yourself of your self-limiting belief, of why you cannot do it. That's why you've got to conquer self-limiting beliefs. It puts you on a trajectory to start beating and conquering doubt and fear in your life. These two can paralyze your success, and they can cause you to hesitate in taking intelligent risks that are necessary for you to fulfill your potential. Yes, self-limiting beliefs can hold you back, can make you to hesitate to take intelligent risks that are very necessary for you to fulfill your true potential. That's why from today, this is my chart for you again, my third chart for you. From today, you must begin to reject any thought or suggestion that you are limited in any way. Start rejecting all of that. And that's why being part of Peak Performance Academy is important. Let me tell you one thing. Has there ever been a day you have ever heard me having a session or a session like this, or doing a write-up and I'm blaming the government, I am blaming the president, I am blaming somebody? There's never been a day where we have blamed anybody in the Peak Performance Academy. Has anybody ever noticed that? Has anybody ever noticed that? That there's never been a day where we have blamed anything on anybody. We are focusing on ourselves. We are focusing on growing us. That's intentional. That's intentional. There will never be a day you're gonna come and say, I'm gonna have a session focused on blaming anybody or blaming where you're coming from, blaming the president, blaming we're in a terrible country and all of that. As I said yesterday, you cannot stop expecting the land to bless you when you curse the land every day. There's no time we're gonna be blaming and cursing the nation. We're gonna focus on contributing to the rise of this nation and become legacy builders. There's no day that day will never come. It will never come. Because we are very intentional at rejecting any thought or any suggestion that we are limited in any way. When you start blaming that you're in a poor, you're in a bad country, that automatically, that is a limiting belief you are instilling in yourself. You need to be careful about that. Stop blaming your family where you come from. Oh, they have done their part. Now accept and take absolute responsibility to build the rest of your life. That is our responsibility for you to do that. Nobody will do that for you. Nobody will do that for you. And be careful. Your current success can also be like your self-limiting belief. You can figure, oh, because I have achieved this now, or I can rest. That can automatically become a self-limiting belief. Or celebrate yourself for coming this far, but know that you can go further. So reject from today. I want to try to reject any thought or suggestion that you are limited in any way. Reject that. You are not limited in any way. Every limitation is self-imposed. You must accept as a basic principle, you must accept as a fundamental principle that you are a no-limit person, and that what others have done, you can do as well. That should be your belief from today. That should be a core fundamental success principle for you from today. That as a fundamental living principle for you, as a fundamental basic lifestyle for you, you are a no-limit person. And this is where when you are rooted in God and you deeply know a relationship with him, you begin to feel that you don't have, it's not just a feeling. You understand and you believe and you feel that you are limitless. You write goals of things you want to do and you want to own and you want to create, that if you give somebody a dream book to look at, they look at the dream book, they look at you, look at your family, they combine everything about you, they qualify that. No, you don't qualify to manifest these things that you are saying. But there are some things that in this life you are not going to achieve from the place of qualification. You are going to achieve from the place of identity. Oh, I hope that you get that. See, great things, you never achieve great things just from the place of qualification. No, you achieve great things from the place of identity, the kind of identity that you have decided to manifest, the identity of being limitless, the identity of being a believer in self and the things you can achieve, the identity of being somebody who believes that there's nothing impossible, the identity of somebody who believes that everything that they have to attain or achieve, it is their responsibility. The identity of a royal priesthood, the identity of being part of a people that are totally limitless. So you need to make sure that you go from, you grow not just from the place of competence and qualifications, but you start building a certain level of identity. Peak performance is an identity. And until we all develop that identity, develop that natural way of living, an American doesn't struggle to become an American. By identity, by birth, they are already Americans. You don't need to struggle to become a Cameroonian. By birth and by identity, you are a Cameroonian. And you need to build other identities, like peak performance is an identity. Being limitless is an identity. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of living. It's a way of manifesting. So you need to start building and investing in that no-limit identity personality. So have this basic principle as part of your lifestyle, that you are a no-limit person and that what others have done, you can as well do it. And that's where the power of having a mentor or the power of being in a community like this is very critical, because you are in a community where you are consistently being charged that you can get things done in your career and in your business, that you can do what others have done and even do it better, because you are going to bring in your uniqueness to attach to what you have learned from another experienced person. So the fact here is this, guys. Here's the fact here. The fact here is that no one is better than you are, and no one is smarter than you are. If they are doing better, if anyone is doing better than you, it is largely because they have developed their natural talents, abilities, and identity more than you have. They have learned the law of cause and effect that apply to their lives, and they walk before you have. That's what is happening. What is happening is that guys doing better than you, they get to put in 16 hours every day into their careers, and you're putting in just 8 hours. The point is that the guys doing better than you, they know the law of cause and effect. For the last 10 to 15 years, they have been working every day from 3 a.m. to up to till 11 p.m. every day for the last 15 years. That's where they are today. For the last 10 years, they have developed a certain identity, and they have destroyed every self-limiting belief, and they have become limitless personalities with an identity of people that can manifest impossibilities. That is why they are where they are. They are not there because they're smarter than you. You've got a brain. They are not there because God blessed them more than you. They are there because they have done things, they have sacrificed things, they have invested things, they have respected the law of sowing and reaping. And the heavens get to open some things over their lives better than you because they have earned it. Because grace has qualified them to earn those things. And maybe God is waiting on you. I'm just waiting for this one to do their part. I'm just waiting for this one to manifest. And then I'm going to do the rest. Like I always tell my clients, when I give you a strategy, your job is to execute the strategy and leave the rest to God. Stop calculating how it's going to work sometimes. Focus on execution. Sometimes we focus on calculating, oh, is it going to work? Is it going to work? Have you done the work first? Stop calculating something that is not your job to do. What is the part that requires your human capabilities? Do the part that requires your human capabilities and leave the path that requires divine capabilities. That is not your realm. That's one big challenge with us human beings. When I calculate how God is going to do it, stop calculating God. You are too small. Stop trying to understand how he's going to do it. Your job is to understand what you have to do and get it done. Like you give somebody a marketing strategy, they say, is it going to work? I've tried, and I don't think it's going to work. Go and do it first. If it doesn't work, we're going to improve on it. So you've got to do something, people. You've got to rise. We're going to look at the third law for today, the law of expectations. The law of expectation. We have looked at the law of belief, and now let's look at the law of expectation. And the Bible talks clearly about the law of expectation. The expectations of the righteous shall never be cut short, right? Whatever you expect, follow this carefully, whatever you expect with confidence becomes your own self-fulfilling prophecy. There are expectations, but there are expectations with confidence that is going to happen. Boys expect, but men expect with confidence that's going to happen. Girls expect, but women expect with confidence that's going to happen. You are always acting as a fortune teller in your own life by the way you think and talk about how things are going to turn out. Yeah, how you think about how your life is going to turn out, how you think about how your career is going to turn out, how you think about how your business is going to turn out is very critical. It's very critical. When you confidently expect good things to happen, good things usually happen to you. If you expect negative things to happen, you are usually disappointed. I'm sure many of you also been in that kind of situation whereby you are just sitting and you started thinking of something bad, and then in less than a few hours or so, or the next day, that thing happens. You're like, wait, I was just thinking about it. I did not mean that it should happen. I did not mean it, right? That's why you see. I always say that when you understand your power, especially when you understand the power you command, being a child of God or having a deep relationship with God, you start being careful of your thoughts and the things you say. You can curse your own life without knowing. Because there's a way that you are so connected to God that He gives you so much power in your thoughts and words that you will have no idea until you start discerning that, oh, you command this kind of power as well. You start being careful. Let us be very careful about that. Expectations are very powerful. They're very powerful. If in your own personal life, your expectations of your staff, for example, or your boss or your customers, even for your own future, tend to come true. Your expectations exert a powerful influence on people and events, for good or for ill. So you need to be careful about what you expect. And you need to expect good things in confidence. And when you expect good things in confidence and they don't happen the way you expect them, don't drop down your expectations. Improve, learn, and develop new expectations with confidence. Or you think that I've never had expectations and it falls short. Oh, they have. But the difference is that when they fall short, I create new expectations, even with higher standards, and I keep believing that it's going to happen. I think I shared this one time with you guys. One time I used to expect that so I used to say that I used to just tell myself that there's going to be a day that I'll be so busy that there are some of my birthdays that I'm going to celebrate while flying, right? I want to become so busy traveling and doing work that I want some things to meet me in the air. Like, don't just have some funny kind of beliefs and expectations and desires. And then it had happened twice. It happened the first time in 2018 when my birthday happened. While I was flying from Washington, D.C. to Paris, right? And so it clocked me in the air and I arrived on my birthday. And then another time happened, I think I was going to South Africa or so, and I arrived in the morning of my birthday around 4 a.m. or so. And I remember, oh, these are things I used to expect. And there are messages I've written down like that I just expect them to happen. And I desire and I push for them to happen per se. And they always get to happen. Many other practical things. The laws of it is a spiritual law of success, actually. It is a spiritual law of success. So we need to be very careful from today on our expectations, and not just expectations, expect in confidence that it is going to happen. And when it doesn't happen, don't kill yourself. Don't drop that expectation. Don't feel disappointed. Oh, don't say that this thing doesn't work. Oh, come on, it works. It works every day. Because it didn't work for you in a day, doesn't mean that it doesn't work. There could be a couple of elements that made them not to work at that particular time. As I told you, there are many expectations I've had that it has not worked the way I expected. But of course, I don't drop down the expectations. I maintain them or I improve the standard. And I increase the energy to make it work. So I want to challenge you from today. My charge to you today, start having very clear expectations. Start having very clear expectations. They are very important when it comes to your journey, your success journey. That's why Proverbs chapter 10, verse 24 talks very clearly about that. God has promised that your expectations shall not be cut off, because the desire of the righteous shall be granted. Sometimes I like to replace the desire with hard work. The desire of those who work hard shall be granted. The desire of those who respect the law of sowing shall be granted. The desire of those who are consistent shall be granted. The desire of those who are committed in their expectations in confidence shall be granted. God has promised, the universe has promised that your expectation shall not be cut off. The day they are cut off, maybe they were small expectations. Maybe you did not do the right, you did not respect the effective law of cause and effect. Maybe you did not expect something in that direction. Start assuming the best. Start expecting the best of intentions from the people that you work with. But today, expect to get good results this week. Expect to get good results next week. Expect to get good results this year. Have very clear expectations. Have good expectations from your children. Have good expectations from your spouse. Expect the best of yourself. Imagine that you have unlimited potential and that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to accomplish. Imagine that your future is unlimited by your own imagination. Imagine that. And imagine that whatever you have accomplished up to now is only a small part of what you are truly capable of achieving. This is a very important point. From today, I want you to expect, and I want you to believe, and I want you to imagine, and to know that whatever you have accomplished up to now is only a small part of what you are truly capable of achieving. If you have had your O levels, it means you can have your A levels. If you've had your A levels, it means you can get HND or degree. If you had your degree, go for a master. Had a master's, go for a PhD. Had a PhD, go for a professor. Know that there is more that you can achieve. You are truly capable of achieving. If your business is making 100,000 francs monthly profit now, know that you can make 500,000 francs. If it's making 500K right now, know that you can make $1 million francs. But from today, I want to charge you. I want to let it be part of your DNA, let it be part of your daily thinking pattern. Whatever you have accomplished up to today, to this very moment, know that it is only a small part of what you are truly capable of. One of the biggest blessings, one of the biggest prayers I always pray every birthday that I have, I always say this prayer. I always say, Father, thank you for what I've been able to achieve to this very moment. And thank you for the things I am still able to achieve in the next couple of years. Thank you for bringing me this far, and thank you for how far I'm still to go. Always do that. And trust me, you're going to see a lot of changes in your life. Remember, life doesn't happen by chance. It takes superior knowledge, superior understanding, superior actions, and superior intentions, like what we've heard today, for you to produce superior results. All right, people, keep shining. We can take some comments and questions for the next 10 minutes, and it'll be 6 a.m. and people can go to work. It is Monday. All right, guys. Cheers.